Stick around later for The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon at home.
I mean, my brother was killed by a drunken boater, so we know that we're going to get justice.
An update to the fatal boating incident that killed Jason Russell just 1 year ago.
And I have a brand new updated track for these storms that are forming in Nebraska. They are rolling through parts of our viewing area tomorrow. The latest track on that and what you can expect for the holiday weekend.
Plus, COVID-19 has impacted Missouri's economy again. What Governor Parson plans to do to help the state recover financially. This is KOMU 8 News at 10.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
A year after stock car champion Jason Russell died in a Lake of the Ozarks boating crash, his family is speaking out. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Spain. Thanks for joining us tonight. KOMU 8's Caroline Dade spoke with Russell's brother earlier today. She joins us now from the newsroom with how the family is processing the anniversary of Russell's death. Caroline.
Justin Russell lost his brother a year ago yesterday, and now he's working to make sure that no other family has to deal with the pain he's dealt with over the past year.
My nieces and nephews, my daughter, my son, friends, family, everybody still hurts.
Justin Russell lost his older brother Jason a year ago. It was a boating crash.
There's been so much taken from us from one bad decision.
According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, the boat Jason was in hit another boat in the main channel of the Lake of the Ozarks. Kelly Wise was driving the other boat. He had a blood alcohol content of 0.184, more than double the legal limit.
Looking at this accident should have been prevented.
Earlier this month, Wise was charged with misdemeanor boating while intoxicated. Russell says he thinks this is a good first step, but he doesn't feel like it fully makes up for the loss of his brother.
I mean, he was race car champion, he was business owner, he was basketball all-star. I mean, everything he did in his whole entire life, he excelled. You know, he was number one in everything.
He says one of his main priorities now is boater awareness, particularly with 4th of July quickly approaching.
I want people to go out this weekend, boat smart. Don't put somebody else's life in your hands.
Russell says he doesn't want anyone to have to experience what he has over the past year.
Hug your loved ones. Always keep them tight, because tomorrow might not ever come.
The Facebook page Justice for Jason has over 1,000 likes right now. Wise's initial court appearance is scheduled for August 12th. Reporting live in the newsroom, Caroline Dade, KOMU 8 News.
We'll take a look at our satellite and radar. We do still have a few clouds out there, especially over in eastern parts of central Missouri. But for the most part, we are seeing some clear sky move in from the west. But that's not going to last because we have some showers and thunderstorms forming up in Nebraska. That's going to give us some thunderstorms tomorrow morning because this same system is heading our direction. I'll give you the latest track on this. It's in Omaha right around 2 a.m. That's what you're looking at here. As we head closer to 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're really looking at that knocking on our door. Remember, meteorologist Tim Schmidt will be tracking this all morning long on KOMU 8 News today. There's a chance that it could speed up or even slow down potentially. So, of course, the timing still could be an hour or so, plus or minus here, earlier or later, depending on if this gets into some faster speeds. But as about 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, it's getting right along Highway 63. You can see a lot of this now. I'm expecting a lot of that energy to be north of Interstate 70 here with just weaker energy south of Interstate 70. Some heavy downpours, thunder and lightning tomorrow morning. The main things that we'll be watching for. Have the latest track on some more showers and thunderstorms possible later on in the week, and a look at the holiday weekend coming up.
Okay, thanks, Kenton. Governor Parson explained the 2021 fiscal year budget today in his weekly press briefing. State workers will no longer be receiving the pay increase they had been expecting. 500 jobs will no longer exist. The governor recognized the impact the pandemic has had on the state. He also said he was optimistic about the state's economy and finances. The last 4 months have been a whirlwind. He even recognized the grim milestone the state passed today. And as the holiday weekend approaches, the state health director says it's not always clear how people get the virus.
Just because it's July 4th and you're outside to be congregated in a pool, that my message for you today would be 50% of people who get COVID-19 don't know where they got it from.
The governor will be traveling all throughout the state this week, signing various bills. There have been over 1,000 reported COVID-19 deaths in Missouri so far. Today, 17 more deaths were reported, bringing that death total over 1,000. So far, more than 21,000 people have tested positive for the virus statewide. 508 of those positive cases were reported in the last 24 hours. This is the second highest jump since the pandemic began. Here in Boone County, there are 25 new cases. This is the largest day-to-day increase we have seen so far. There are now 108 active cases, a record high for the county. To keep up with the latest COVID-19 numbers throughout the state, our partners at the Columbia Missourian developed a map to help break down the state numbers. You can keep updated with cases in the state and in your county by visiting the map here on our website, KOMU.com. Well, as cases in Boone County keep increasing, the health department is keeping busy. This means it might take extra time to do contact tracing. That's according to a news release from the county today. The release also says that if someone tests positive, they should isolate at home immediately and get ready that list of people that they have come into close contact with. Health experts are worried about the growing number of cases across the country, driven in part by gatherings. Some states are implementing new rules to try to contain the spread as officials reiterate the importance of wearing a mask. CNN's Jason Carroll has more.
Clearly, we are not in total control right now.
The nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, delivering a stark prediction on Capitol Hill if the U.S. cannot control the surge in coronavirus cases.
We are now having 40,000+ new cases a day. I would not be surprised if we go up to 100,000 a day if this does not turn around, and so I am very concerned.
15 states now seeing their highest 7-day averages for new cases. More than half do not require masks statewide. Dr. Fauci and others from the coronavirus task force advising the American public to do what the president won't, wear a mask.
It is critical that we all take the personal responsibility to slow the transmission of COVID-19 and embrace the universal use of face coverings.
We recommend masks for everyone on the outside.
Ahead of the 4th of July holiday weekend, 17 states have paused or rolled back reopening plans. Bars and beaches closed from coast to coast. In California and Florida, where more than 6,000 new cases were announced today.
We don't have a lot of tools left in the kit right now. So, we're trying everything we can to stop this spread and reverse what is a very enormous spike in our community and in our state.
In Arizona, concerns over the death rate ticking up. Governor Ducey, who was quick to reopen businesses, ordered bars, movie theaters, gyms, and pools closed for the next 30 days.
Our expectation is that next week our numbers will be worse.
Doctors worried they cannot handle the influx of patients.
It's something that we don't know how to deal with as medical professionals. I think people should probably be as scared as I am.
That is discrimination.
In Texas, bar owners protesting the governor's decision to force them to reclose, some of them now suing the governor and state alcohol regulators, while one Houston doctor is warning the patients he's seeing are getting worse.
Patients are coming in 10 times sicker than when they were, let's say, 8 weeks ago. 10 times sicker. People are waiting a little too long to come into the hospital, and by the time they come to me, they are near death.
Meanwhile, if you travel to New Jersey, New York, or Connecticut from across state lines, you may be required to self-quarantine. The self-quarantine list now includes 16 states from coast to coast hotspots like Arizona and Florida. Missouri is not currently on that list, but 3 of the states on the list border Missouri. Those include Iowa, Tennessee, and Arkansas. Travelers from a list of 15 nations will be allowed to enter the European Union starting tomorrow, but one of the names not on the list, the United States. Back in March, 30 countries in Europe closed their external borders in order to help reduce the spread. As they start to reopen their economies, they're ready to welcome travelers with some limitations. Russia and Brazil were also left off of the list of approved countries. The Trump administration plans to use the next round of coronavirus aid to support the hardest hit small businesses. That's according to the Treasury Secretary. Currently, there is about $130 billion left over from the Paycheck Protection Program. In the last few hours, we learned the program was extended through August 8th. The administration says that it's hoping to recycle the funds to help those small businesses further. New York City's Metro officials announced they will have vending machines at the stations to allow customers to buy masks. The vending machines are part of a pilot program that offers reusable masks, hand sanitizer, sanitizing wipes, and gloves. It's also a part of an effort to make it easier for people who don't have masks or gloves to ride the subway safely. Coming up, in the case of a deadly Columbia shooting of Amonte Harris, what the family is looking for from the county. Plus, what President Trump's press secretary had to say about him keeping updated with the daily reports.
And today we had quite a bit of sunshine in the morning, but eventually those showers and thunderstorms really rolled through the area, and we did see those dump maybe about a few tenths of an inch in some locations. Tomorrow, more showers and thunderstorms. The latest track coming up.
Coming up tomorrow on KOMU 8 News Today.
The City of Columbia is drafting a city ordinance requiring masks to be worn in public places. City Council is expected to vote on the ordinance Monday.
We'll dig into how the city could enforce the ordinance and whether businesses should refuse to serve you without one.
It looks to be warm again tomorrow, plus we have a chance for storms.
Great days begin with great mornings. KOMU 8 News Today. Coverage you can count on.
Why do so many people keep coming back to Riley Toyota in Jefferson City? We'll let our customers do the talking.
I always know at Riley Toyota that if I'm looking for something specific that Matt or anybody else is going to reach out to me, and it might take a week or a couple days, but they're always going to find exactly what I need.
We love Riley Toyota's honesty and integrity, and we will never buy anywhere else.
Convenience, honesty, and respect. Come see for yourself at 2105 Christie Drive or RileyToyota.com.
We're not number one. You are. If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, US Cellular has your back with the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Free when you switch, plus no activation fees. Stream without disruption, capture and post without restriction, and do it all without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
The sale of the season is here. It's the Star Spangled July 4th sale at Furniture Row. Shop today and save big because it's all on sale. All living, all dining, and all bedroom. Save 25% on every Doctor's Choice mattress, any size, any model. Plus, make your money go further with 7 years no interest financing and free shipping right to your doorstep. But don't wait. The Star Spangled July 4th sale at Furniture Row ends Monday the 6th.
At MU Healthcare, we're ready. Ready to care for you. Ready with additional safety measures. Ready to provide routine checkups, sick care, and all the services you need. Ready because care shouldn't be delayed. Come get the care you need. See how we're ready at muhealth.org/safecare.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With special offers like 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Contact your Ford dealer or stop by today.
Track storms wherever you are. Download the free KOMU 8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by University Subaru.
We have an update to a controversial shooting case from November of 2018. Today, the family of Amonte Harris filed a lawsuit against Boone County in an effort to get records to the Harris's shooting death. That's according to the Columbia Missourian. Remember, Harris was known in the community for organizing the so-called fireworks war. Police said Harris tried to rob someone, but that person fought back and shot Harris. The Boone County prosecutor said it shows the shooter acted in self-defense. Harris's family claims in the lawsuit Boone County has refused to produce video and audio recordings related to Harris's death. That's despite the fact the family is permitted access to those records under Missouri law, according to the lawsuit. We have more details on this update on our website, KOMU.com. Well, the Columbia Police Department has not said why several patrol cars, the Boone County Sheriff, a drone, and a K-9 unit were in the area where a car crashed off of Stadium and West Boulevard. And we do have an update that for you on our website related to this story. A suspect was charged in this case. It was related to a domestic dispute. Officers did end up finding this man hiding in an abandoned warehouse. He was taken to the hospital, and he will soon be transferred to the Boone County Jail once released. The main suspect in a deadly Columbia shooting is now facing charges. This is the video from the shooting scene on Quail Drive on May 25th. Police arrested Bobby Dawson yesterday, more than 2 weeks after he was charged with murder in the case. Dawson is charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. He is in jail with no bond. The victim in the case, Rod Jones, died from a gunshot wound 2 days later. And we're learning more about a fight at the Capitol Mall that happened last week on Friday. Authorities say several boys were looking to fight another boy. According to a news release, that boy's sister was trying to keep them from fighting, but that was when a group of adult women and some teenagers began assaulting the sister. Officers believe an unidentified shooter then fired into the air to try and stop the fight. 4 individuals have been taken into custody, and police say the fight is tied to several arson charges.
Well, we are in storm mode 1 for our morning tomorrow on our scale from 0 to 5 because there likely won't be any issues, but we still want you to pay attention. Make sure you tune in to KMU8 News tomorrow morning for the latest on the track of these storms. We're looking at 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the best timing for these showers and thunderstorms to roll through tomorrow. Again, they're rolling in from the northwest. I'll show you another track in a moment. If we do see anything stronger with these storms, likely going to be strong winds, maybe even some hail with those too. Not looking at much of a flood threat because these storms should be moving pretty quickly. They're not going to be staying overhead long enough to create much of a flood issue. Plus, a lot of these areas that are going to see the rain didn't get it this morning due to more of a stable atmosphere. So there's a little bit more for the ground to be able to handle. So here are the storms that we're watching. You can see a nice line here from I-80 going all the way up to the South Dakota border there in Nebraska. It's going to be around Omaha around midnight tonight. As we head closer to about 3 a.m., we could even have a little bit of energy trying to pop up, a brief shower or thunderstorm here in central Missouri before this line gets here, but I don't expect too many issues with that. And for the most part, most of this probably won't even occur here in central Missouri. The main thing we're watching for is going to be out from the northwest. Here's 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Again, there's a chance that some of this could speed up or slow down. That's very common with systems like this for the speed to be changing a little bit as it continues to develop and head towards the east. So that's why I really want you to tune in with Tim tomorrow morning so you're not caught off guard. Of course, you can download the KMU Weather and Traffic app as well. We'll give you a heads up there too. 6 a.m. it's knocking on the door, though. By 8 a.m. it's already here, and you can see most of this moisture now expected to be mainly north of Interstate 70. Again, it's all going to depend on the actual development of the system, but at this point, it looks like it will actually start to fall apart a little bit too quickly, meaning that a lot of this energy won't actually make it further to the south, which is fairly typical with an overnight system like this. Eventually, as the day gets going, it does start to break apart a little bit. Here's 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's still just getting through Mexico, and then it will head out towards the Mississippi River closer to the noon hour, and we should be drier through the afternoon. So mainly just a morning system for us tomorrow on your Wednesday. 80 degrees around noon, depending on how quickly cloud cover decreases. Some of us could reach the upper 80s. Otherwise, the rest of us just in the lower to middle 80s for high temperatures tomorrow. And you're going to feel the humidity, too, once that sun starts to come out in the afternoon. Only a 20% chance for a pop-up on Thursday. On Friday, we're at a 10% chance, and we're going to remain very low with almost 0 chances of any rainfall through Saturday and Sunday and even into next week as well. It's a new trend we're moving into, actually, a warm, humid, but dry trend with not much chance for showers or thunderstorms. You can see for your holiday weekend, we're looking at 90 degrees for your high temperature almost every single day. Low temperature is going to be around 70 degrees. And there's going to be a bit of humidity, too. Take a look at this. We're looking at excessive humidity still the next couple days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dew points around 70 degrees, so slightly better. And that's still going to give us an uncomfortable condition. That feel-like temperature through the holiday weekend in the middle 90s relative to the actual temperature that's around 90, as I just showed you. Tonight, we're around 73 for the low, very warm. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour with those thunderstorms starting to roll in tomorrow morning. 88 then tomorrow afternoon for some of us that get that sunshine early enough for the heating of the day. 91 on Thursday, around 90 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Lows around 70, as I mentioned. And by the way, that dew point, as we head into next week, you can see those temperatures getting into those lower 90s. Dew points will also rise. We'll be feeling closer to 100 for a lot of next week. Emily.
Okay, thanks, Kenton. Here's what's happening right now. The Trump campaign chief operating officer, Michael Glassner, has been reassigned to deal with legal affairs during the home stretch of the campaign. That's according to CNN. Aides began making plans to put Glassner in this new role after the Tulsa rally, where the president spoke to an unfilled arena. A source told CNN Trump's son-in-law and White House advisor, Jared Kushner, was involved in that decision. Earlier today, the governor of Mississippi signed the bill that would remove the Mississippi state flag. It also called for the creation of a commission to design a new one. The bill effectively removes the state flag that has flown since 1894. It was the last state flag in the U.S. to display the Confederate emblem. Voting on a new flag will be held in November. Earlier today, the White House press secretary confirmed the president has now been briefed about information that Russia placed bounties on the lives of U.S. troops overseas. During the news briefing, the press secretary emphasized that the president wasn't briefed earlier because the findings had not been verified. She also defended the president on the notion that he doesn't regularly read written reports.
The president does read, and he also consumes intelligence verbally. This president, I'll tell you, is the most informed person on planet Earth when it comes to the threats that we face.
The White House press secretary also insisted that President Trump is ready and prepared to act when it comes to protecting American troops. Coming up, Medicaid expansion will be on the ballot next month. How much it could save this state? That's coming up. But first, here are your lottery numbers. Good luck.
Right now at Slumberland, get a Sealy mattress, any size for one low price, starting at just $99 each piece when purchased in sets. Want it extra plush? Just $199. The 4th of July mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture.
As our communities begin to reopen in the wake of COVID-19, rest assured that SSM Health is ready with enhanced safety measures so you and your family are protected. In person or online, we're here. Schedule a visit today.
Where can you get top designer and name brand shoes at 60% off? DSW at Hy-Vee. We've slashed prices even more. All shoes were 50% off, but now are 60% off. That's right. All DSW shoes at Hy-Vee are now 60% off. Get 60% off all women's shoes, 60% off all men's shoes, and 60% off all kids' shoes. Check out DSW at Hy-Vee and get 60% off all shoes.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Now every hybrid vehicle in Toyota's lineup is available with 0% financing. With fewer stops for gas, Toyota hybrids give you the confidence to go farther. And with 0% financing, Toyota hybrids are even more thrilling. Enjoy more freedom in a Toyota hybrid. See your Toyota dealer or shop and buy online.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
I'm a member of American Home Shield, which means this faucet may be freaking out, but I'm not.
All good here.
Something's wrong with my AC. It's blowing pretty hard and it won't turn off. Luckily, I'm a member of American Home Shield. My plan helps cover the cost when parts of more than 20 home appliances and systems wear out. If they can't repair them, they'll replace them.
American Home Shield is the largest and pays the most home warranty claims.
It covers things home insurance doesn't, no matter their age. It's a beautiful day.
I've never felt so good. Give American Home Shield a call to find the right plan for you.
800-990-6413. That's 800-990-6413. Hey, Janice!
With Rottler's 60-plus years in business, we're in our third generation of serving the Midwest and working hard on the fourth. In this family business, you're never too young to start.
At Rottler, we know past best.
That's my line.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, Plus, free doorstep shipping on everything. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by Harper Evans Wade and Nettemeyer, the official law firm sponsor of Mizzou Athletics.
Medicaid expansion will be back on the ballot August 4th. State lawmakers discussed the details in Jefferson City today. Missouri lawmakers are considering the financial implications of an amendment intended to help individuals gain Medicaid who may not have originally qualified for it. Missouri auditors said it would cost an estimated $200 million up front, but save $1 billion each year. The amendment would also help people between the ages of 19 and 64 whose income may be at or below 133% of the federal poverty level. This amendment has been a bipartisan effort as lawmakers work to promote the change.
When we have the rural hospital closures that we've had over the last decade, since 2014, more than 10 rural hospitals have closed down here in the state of Missouri. That makes EMS workers' job that much harder. Because when you're dealing with a patient that's having a stroke or a heart attack, driving an extra 45 minutes because the local hospital's closed down literally could be the difference between life and death.
We're trying to ease suffering, save lives, improve the quality of health care for citizens across Missouri, and get them access to primary care so that they don't wait to access the healthcare system when they're in crisis.
The primary election is scheduled for August 4th, and if the amendment passes, it will have no direct impact on taxes. A former healthcare executive who managed hospitals in Fulton and Sweet Springs is facing fraud and money laundering charges. Jorge Perez, the former CEO of Empower HMS, is accused of using hospitals as, quote, billing shells to submit $1.4 billion in fraudulent claims for lab testing. Prosecutors say Perez's company would take over rural hospitals that were in financial trouble, bill private insurance companies for tests, and charge more than a third-party lab. Investigators found that many of the tests ordered weren't even necessary. Perez and 9 others are facing up to 23 federal charges.
Look at your sun sense numbers for the next 3 days. A 6 tomorrow, thanks to that extra cloud cover and some rainfall. And a 10 on Thursday and Friday on our 1 to 11 scale. Don't forget the sunscreen this holiday weekend.
Coming up, what plans local high schools have for sports this fall.
Hello, early risers, self-starters, and seasoned pros. Let's talk business. Hello, heavy lifters, deal seekers, business owners, and one-man crews. Newcomers, landscapers, contractors, and trailblazers. From nice to meet you to nice to see you again. Whether you're buying or renting new or used or just looking for parts and service, you're in the right place when you hear hello and welcome to Fabic Cat, your local cat dealer.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
It's times like these that being more than your banker matters most. Today, the Bank of Missouri is ready to help our friends and neighbors stay well with mobile and online banking, ATMs and ITMs, drive-up service, and phone support. You always have access to your banking needs right from where you are. If you have financial questions, we're here, just like we have been for more than 125 years, open and ready to help. The Bank of Missouri. Live well, bank well, stay well.
The Financial News is brought to you by Downtown Appliance Home Center, providing appliances and personal service to Mid-Missouri for over 50 years.
1 in 5 Americans will develop some form of skin cancer in their lifetime. Sun exposure is the most preventable risk factor. It's important to protect yourself. That's why we partner with KMU8 News for SunSense, so you'll know the daily UV index and can take the proper precautions.
Seek shade, wear a wide-brimmed hat and sunglasses.
And apply a broad-spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher.
Remember to watch KMU8 News for your daily SunSense number. Brought to you by Casey Dermatology Center and Medical Spa.
This is ultra-fast, insanely powerful, fiber-powered internet with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Supercharged home Wi-Fi. And 99.99% network reliability. It's gonna rock your world. Take your internet to the extreme, starting at just $19.99 a month for a year. Call 844-EXTREME2.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU8 Sports.
Well, we know sports will look a little bit different in the fall, but the main question surrounding athletics is how different. KOMU8's Parker Ream reports on how some local coaches and players feel about their upcoming season.
Spring sports came and went seemingly without a trace this year, and with a steady increase in COVID-19 cases over the past couple of weeks, the fall season could be looking the same.
I think it's 50-50 at this point. Like, we're doing practices right now still, but there's still a potential that it can get canceled, and that will be very sad.
The Missouri High School Athletic Association says their plan is to fully resume fall sports on August 10th, a plan that CPS Athletic Director Bruce Whiteside says he's confident in.
If we get honest facts on the data from the COVID numbers, I think that we have smart enough people to make decisions that's going to be safe for our kids.
City Council began drafting a bill that would require masks in public settings. However, we still don't know if that applies to sports. One local coach says they have to be prepared for anything.
We're going to follow the ordinance, whatever gets handed down, that's what we got to do. I don't think we have any option, but, it's one of those things. We just got to work through it the best we can.
Ignew says his motivation is to focus on preparing for the season, and they'll cross that bridge later if the season is canceled. Parker Ream, KOMU8 Sports, Columbia.
The annual high school jamboree featuring local Mid-Missouri football teams is still set for August 21st. CPS says that they are ready for the season to begin as scheduled. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Up to 32% off during trade-in day. Now through the end of the month, or while they last, take advantage of super savings up to 32% off your new Chevy Silverado Crew Cab at Bob McCosh. Your trade-in is worth more than ever before. As a matter of fact, bring your title, because we might just buy your trade-in even if we don't sell you a vehicle. So find new roads to #1 Business Loop, Columbia. Chevrolet makes the car, truck, and SUV, and Bob McCosh makes the difference.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you with special offers like 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Contact your Ford dealer or stop by today.
Download the free KOMU8 News app, brought to you by Lordex Spine Center.
It's the Star Spangled July 4th sale at Furniture Row. Shop today and save big because everything is on sale. Plus, get 7 years, no interest financing and free shipping right to your doorstep. Hurry, the Star Spangled July 4th sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
To grocery stores and local businesses, KOMU8 thanks you for making accommodations to continue to serve the Mid-Missouri community. We know that change is not without challenge, but your dedication is helping Mid-Missourians through this uncertain time. By opening early for seniors or closing early to sanitize, you are making a difference. Your continuous commitment to serve the public is appreciated.
This KOMU8 Salute to Service initiative is brought to you by these local partners.
Talk about fireworks. Check out these offers at Denver Mattress. Save up to $500 on the superior cooling comfort of a Tempur-Breeze. Or check out the Summit Firm. Only $189.99. Plus 7 years, no interest, and free shipping. Move fast. These deals will be gone before you know it.
Again, tomorrow morning, showers and thunderstorms rolling through between about 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Be sure to tune in with meteorologist Tim Schmidt on KOMU8 News Today and through the Today Show so you can track those. You also download the KOMU8 weather and traffic app. High temperatures in the middle to upper 80s tomorrow, depending on who gets sunshine the most. 90 degrees then, the high temperature pretty much for the rest of the 8-day forecast. And that, by the way, Emily, is the first 8 days of July on your screen right there. July starts tomorrow.
July, can you believe it?
Oh, all right. I mean, so today marks the halfway point, right, of 2020, the end of the 6th month. 6 more months to go. 6 months in, 6 more months to go.
What a year.
What a year.
Can you believe we're already 6 months
Has it only
in?
been 6 months, though?
I know. It's hard. It feels like it's been forever. It's been such a long year, but then again, it's
Is it
almost
still
July.
2020? Is that what you're...
Oh, wow. Okay, have a good night, everyone.
On air, online, on Facebook and Twitter, on the News app, on the Weather app, and now on Roku. KOMU 8 News.